I want to show you a visual. Do you recognize this picture?
I do not.
Good. It's an atmospheric research facility in Alaska that, believe it or not, conspiracy theorists allege is a mind-controlling weather machine. And one of the conspiracy theories out there is that somehow FEMA controls the weather. And I assume that you, as the administrator, do not control the weather, right?
I do not control the weather.
And you don't use secret machines to control hurricanes to target certain places in the United States, right?
Correct.
And you and your team did not direct severe weather at North Carolina to, quote unquote, commandeer lithium mine property in that state, right?
Why would anybody want to bring harm to the American people?
And you would not direct severe weather to target anyone of a particular political party, right?
Never.
You're not establishing FEMA camps to detain individuals or enact martial law, right?
Correct.
These are all conspiracy theories that you've had to deal with. I'm glad that you have addressed them in this forum. Now let me talk about stuff that's true. It's true that during Hurricane Helene and Milton, FEMA assisted more than 35,000 households with disaster relief, right?
That number sounds about correct.
Let me just talk to you a little bit about what certain Republican officials have said about your response. Can you please show the first one? This is Governor Glenn Youngkin of Virginia. You recognize him?
I do.
He said, "I'm incredibly appreciative of the rapid response and the cooperation from the federal team at FEMA." You don't disagree with that, right?
Governor Youngkin and I were communicating, texting, and talking daily, if not hourly, during the initial hours that it was passing Virginia.
Well, let me show you another quote. This is Governor Henry McMaster of South Carolina. He said, "Federal assistance from FEMA has, quote, been superb." You don't disagree with that either, right?
I do not.
Another one. This one is from Senator Tom Tillis, Republican of North Carolina. He said, "It has to be a coordinated response, and FEMA knows how to do this well." I presume you don't disagree with him either, right?
I do not.
Let me turn to a final topic, and this has to do with basically homes that also serve as child care centers in many places, including in disaster zones. Administrator Criswell, access to child care is often forgotten in the aftermath of a disaster, and I'm worried that cases like these don't get enough attention by FEMA or other agencies because these child care centers are often based in the provider's homes rather than a commercial facility. Let me show you what's called a flood susceptibility map of the Chicago area, which is what I represent. I'd like to draw your attention to this particular map because it shows the areas of the Chicago, what we call Chicagoland, that have high susceptibility of flooding. And as you can see, it's this blue area which basically covers the entire region like a wet blanket. It represents millions of parents and children, as well as thousands of child care centers. And so my question to you is, in light of the fact that there's a perception, and I believe a reality, that not enough attention has been paid to these child care centers that are situated in homes, can you commit to proposing to my office and this committee ways that you can increase coordination between FEMA and the SBA to assist businesses like these home-based child care centers?
Congressman, my office would be happy to provide any technical drafting assistance or further assistance to be able to figure out how we can better address these vulnerable populations within these communities.
Thank you very much, and I yield back.